Welcome, Aquarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your full moon in Pisces reading. This full moon is a lunar eclipse on the 7th of September and is being bracketed by two new moons in Virgo. The first has already occurred in the end of August, and the next one following the lunar eclipse, full moon, is a solar eclipse, the second new moon in Virgo on the 21st. So this is basically the entrance of eclipse season and an opportunity for us to intensify and prepare for the harvest that we are gathering in. This is about the way that we're implementing the tools, the learning, the practices, the routines and habits that have an increasing impact on our well-being, understanding that it is the everyday, the humility of being in alignment on the daily that helps to maximize and allow us to surrender to a faith and a trust in ourselves and in our communities, in the universe. So this is an important step for all of us as a kind of ritual cleansing and preparation for abundance. And your overall energy is the Seven of Cups, which is all about the multiple options that you are experiencing right now. Because you may be receiving a lot of attention, you are looking at alternatives, opportunities, options that you were not aware of or that you are being invited into at this particular time. And it can be very overwhelming depending on what your goals are. Perhaps the kind of attention you're receiving is unfamiliar or a little confusing to you at times. Underneath the deck, the Page of Swords is describing that you're withholding judgment. You're recognizing that you're in a new field, a new arena, and you're taking notes, you're observing. You don't have a ready opinion or reaction to the invitations you're receiving. Instead, you're witnessing the experience with the interest of learning, gaining information, making connections to what you believe you're doing to what others are offering to you in a way that you hadn't understood before. However, this is not distracting you. It's actually focusing you more clearly on your values, the value of accomplishment, achievement, balancing out your material world, how you are relating to others that you experience, how you initiate relationships that you consider are important to you. I pulled from the Sacred Geometry deck the octahedron, linked with the element of air. This shape symbolizes compassion, healing, and self-reflection. It is believed that it helps us attune to our spiritual nature. I do feel like the opportunities that are coming to you, the invitations you are receiving, are bringing you information about the impact or influence of what you are aiming to do, aiming to accomplish. You're recognizing a greatly expanded field of influence, and in many ways that is supporting this greater alignment that you are making with your global associations, your larger contacts, the groups that you belong to that work explicitly towards the upliftment of humankind. In the present, the High Priestess. This is absolutely beautiful. It's really focusing on your ability to reflect, which is in many ways what this card is also showing me, that you're willing to recognize that you're in new land, you're on new territory, you're in a fresh direction. The impact of your thoughts, your words, your actions are moving you into a realm that is allowing you to reflect upon your actual own knowledge of self, who you are. You're looking more intensely at the wisdom that you've gained from these experiences. It feels in particular to these offers that are being made to you. You're holding on to a wisdom that is not for others, that you are not sharing with others, that you are extending the opportunity to think about any invitation or offer that's made for you, understanding that there is a whole personal connection that is allowing you to reclaim a certain kind of power that you have experienced in the past. And in particular, the full moon really does focus on our lunar energy. The moon represents where we've come from, our past. And your moon sign, particularly those of you that are moon in Aquarius, this is particularly a source of power for you, much like the nodes are in your birth chart, particularly your south-north node. So the high priestess is really helping you to cultivate this inner sense of wisdom and knowing what's best for you in a way that is silent, that is present, that others signals to others that you know more than what you share. In the past, the sun is about your alignment to who you actually are. This is finding the joy in expressing yourself, having faith in who you are, your gifts, so that you can engage them, exercise them with joy. This is as well an expression of the tremendous privilege in your life, the abundance that exists all around you. You see that and you feel safe. You understand that you are protected, that you don't need to hide your heart. And this is very important for some of you because there is a sense that you haven't been met or greeted with warmth in the past for many of your ideas or your efforts. Perhaps that others have felt uncomfortable through your ideas and expressions, and you're now at peace with that, understanding that you have a particular gift that absolutely is intended to serve many. It is not intended to harm. And oftentimes people feel their own individual comfort being attacked by ideas that they don't understand and that you in particular are articulating. But that gives you joy, giving information, showing others a new way, being somewhat of a way shower to others. In the future, the Four of Cups, this feels like you stepping into a practice of manifestation, recognizing that as you sincerely send out a request, identify a need or desire to the universe, that it always comes back to you. And thus you are tending to your thoughts, tending to your words much more carefully. You're understanding that if you really want something, you can manifest that. And as much as you have been consciously practicing that skill, understanding that this is about manifesting what is best for you and others, you are perhaps still dissatisfied with some of the results that you're getting. There's still a sense that you can do more, that there is something more out there for you. And in many cases, this is about really fully embracing the incredible universe that you are. What it is you seek in the world is quite often, for you in particular, Aquarius, already within you. So you're really looking more at finding matches to where you are so that you can work collaboratively with others to achieve something that serves the entire community. I almost feel like this is a call for connection from you to the universe, finding those connections that match what you are experiencing inside. This is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with all of you. However, if you find that it does resonate for you, that you can like this video, subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot, and share this video with others who may find it useful. I appreciate all the support that you give me in whatever form that is. And I'm going to clarify the priestess here in the present, with the Temperance card and the Ace of Pentacles. Very nice. Yeah, there's a strong feeling here that you want your money right. You want your possessions, your bank account to reflect this sense of balancing that has been occurring for, it feels like a very long time. You've come to an understanding that your effort in holding this wisdom that you've gathered is based on the ebbs and flows of the events and relationships in your life, so that you are in a constant state of balance and recalibrating, resetting, shifting, reviewing, reevaluating what it is that will work best in your favor, what is taking you into abundance. And certainly that includes material abundance, but it does not exclude spiritual abundance. And I do feel like that's part of the shift that's happening with you. You're recognizing the privilege in spirit, the abundance of spirit, of protection, of guidance, of joy that is a part of your life, and you're opting for a doorway to that. It isn't about excluding any material abundance, largesse, profit, productivity. In fact, it is moving explicitly into the direction of more. But you're learning that the more that you want comes in a variety of forms that is infinitely satisfying and joyful to you, that gives you unending supply of opportunities to express that and to reach out for the connection that you are seeking. The Sun card is clarified by the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. I definitely see you slowing down in the past long enough to gain a vision, to limb out, to draw out a particular vision or a goal, something you want to achieve. And this is part of how you are redefining yourself. So this comes as part of the realization that you have many more opportunities beyond the lane that you were conditioned into believing was exclusively yours. You're breaking out of that mold, out of the prescribed path of success for you, which in many ways is not a very high bar. You perhaps are moving out of a place of lack, of humble resources, of limited resources, and that's something you're overturning for yourself by identifying the privilege of your life, the ability to enjoy the abundance of the universe. And as a result of that, you are cultivating a vision, a path, a journey that is focused on stability, security, a foundation that you can feel good about. These are part of your values: productivity, efficiency. These are things that are being stoked and encouraged by this full moon energy that we're in right now. In the future, the Four of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Swords. Well, let me do this. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Interesting. Okay. So you're taking not only your powerful curiosity, your ability to witness your own actions, your own thoughts, to reflect upon the opportunities coming towards you, to hesitate to judge or to plan, but to support the feelings that indicate for you that something is a match. You're in search of the way your heart, your passion is reflected in the world, the things you care about, the things that support you. You're on a journey to find those, and you're curious. You're not, you're pulling back on any determination about the value of that. Kind of right where we were at the beginning, taking notes, witnessing your own activity, your own movement, your own behaviors as part of your gauge as to whether something suits you, fits you, sees you, supports and encourages you, understands the value of what you bring and what you're seeking in the world in order to do the work to maximize the abundance that you seek. For not the soul's journey, the yogic path oracle cards are going to finish up this reading, and I pulled Chinamasta. I believe this is goddess energy. I'm going to look it up in the guidebook, and just give me a minute to find the page. And Chinamasta is, of course, stuck. Goddess of radical self-transcendence. Wow. You're waking up and experiencing the radical pleasures of letting go. Chinamasta, the headless god, has come to guide you in this massive state of transformation as you turn passion into spiritual energy. Kundalini, primal energy, is rising, and you've given up a role you once carried to step up more fully into your power. Don't feel fear in the state of transition. Chinamasta's gift is to transmute the darkest of times into the most powerful of energies. Carry her fierceness as you tear off a former head you once had and experience the inner peace that comes with being divinely yourself. If you enjoyed this content, there's more content here for you to check out. Thank you for your likes and subscribes, Aquarius. Until next time, namaste.